Alright, so this is a game against a warrior. It's actually not a ladder game. It's a game I played from the ESL Last Call Challenger Series tournament. Um, but it is like a quality match with a quality opponent. I believe Shoop was like top 100 legend or top 200 legend. So we're facing a real warrior here. Anyways, I decided to throw back everything but the Twilight Drake. I like to keep the Twilight Drake going second so I can coin it out on turn 3. He just armors up. That doesn't really mean anything. Although some patron warriors like to not armor up, even when they can on turn 2, just to make their battle rages more effective.
I can ease your pain. Let the pain.
Acolyte of Pain, again, it doesn't tell us what kind of warrior it is. But it looks like we're just gonna... Well, we can either Earthen Ring or we can coin Twilight Drake. I kind of like coin Twilight Drake better here. Although, if we save the coin, we can have, a turn 5 Thaurissan. And this is another option, which was to implosion the Acolyte of Pain, in hopes that he doesn't get an extra draw off of it from my Mistress of Pain, since there was nothing I could do about it anyway. But turns out we rolled 2 on our implosion, so he got 2 draws off Acolyte. Loot Hoarder. Okay, so Loot Hoarder is almost a 100% indicator of Patron Warrior, which is good. I think this deck's matchup is a little bit better against Patron Warrior than it is against Control Warrior. So now we're going to play our Twilight Drake and go face. Cruel Task, and then probably means an Execute. Alright, we're fine with that. It's looking like a tap and Earthen Ring turn here. And probably Earthen Ring the Mistress of Pain here. Yep. Armor up pass on turn 6, so I'm guessing he doesn't have Thaurissan in hand. Yeah, we're gonna play our Thaurissan though. It's a get a Faceless and a Siphon Soul reduced. He plays a 4-mana Dread Corsair. That's not very common. So he almost definitely does not have a weapon of any kind. So he's in pretty bad shape here. I'm not sure what would be in his hand. I'm guessing a bunch of combo pieces. So if I remember correctly, I'm about to do kind of a weird play here. So just to start explaining it, we're coming up on turn 8. So turn 8 is the turn where Patron Warriors generally would do War Song Patron. So I don't really want to have a 1 health minion on the board. So what I can do here is attack the Mistress into the Dread Corsair and then Mortal Coil her, see what I get, and then finish off the Dread Corsair with either the Thaurissan or the Earthen Ring. I'm not sure whether it was better to keep the Earthen Ring alive there and do a value trade with Thaurissan, or to trade off the Earthen Ring. I guess Brawl was becoming pretty popular in Patron Warrior at this point, so maybe it's a little bit better to sacrifice off the Earthen Ring in case of that, but I'm not really sure. It did mean I ended up doing enough damage to him that he was able to battle rage for 1. But we don't really care that much about him battle raging for 1, I don't think. Alright, looks like second execute probably, yep. And he hit the Belcher without killing it, so I guess he plans on hitting it twice over the next 2 turns to kill it. And here we don't actually have much to do with our hand. It's mostly reactive cards and pieces of the combo. So I'm probably just going to play the heal bot. Or not even that, since we're at 27. I may just pass. We're both kind of playing reactive decks with combo pieces, so sometimes we get in these scenarios where both players just hero power pass for a turn or 2. He hits the Belcher like we expected. And then War Songs, and then Frothings. He doesn't have much time left in his turn, so okay, that's all he was going to do, was just War Song and Frothing to take out the slime. That seems a little desperate. Now here's another kind of weird play I do, and I'm not sure if it's right coming up. So the thing is, this looks like an easy Hellfire, right? Because he's got 2 3 health and very threatening looking minions on board. But Hellfire is really valuable in this matchup. He hasn't used either Patron yet. And I'm really far ahead. So I just want to make sure that I have the resources to deal with both Patron turns. So what I end up doing is actually Siphon Souling one of these dudes and then Dark Bombing the other, just to save my AoE. If we do that, that's either 6 or 7 mana, depending on which Siphon Soul we use. We'll probably do the 7 mana one, and that'll give us just enough mana to tap.
Almost out of time. So many possibilities.
But I do take my time thinking about this, because you don't want to get caught in fancy play syndrome, where you do fancy stuff that is not really necessary and it puts you farther behind. And indeed, this, I'm not really sure. This may have been a case of just that, but I do think it was a good play, even in hindsight, because there's not, Patron Warrior doesn't typically run big threats that you need to Siphon Soul. And we've got a big game hunter, so we can kill both a Grom and a Dr. Boom. Alright, so just an Armorsmith pass, not very scary at all. We're probably going to tap again if we have room in our hand to do so. Yeah, I've got 9 cards in my hand, so if I tapped, maybe I have to play the heal bot. Yeah. I could have played the Blood Mage, but if he kills the Blood Mage, then we overdraw. And overdrawing, if you don't have the Arcane Golem in your hand yet, overdrawing can be pretty bad for you, since there's only 1 Arcane Golem in the deck. And if you burn it, Faceless becomes pretty useless. You can definitely still win from there. You just have to get board control and hit them with the minions instead of hitting them for 24. With nothing on the board, but this deck is not as much designed to win through board control as it is through a 24 damage face combo. Okay, he armors and passes. So I definitely think he has combo stuff in his hand and just reactive stuff in his hand. So pretty clear Mortal Coil play here, I think. I ran in the Healbot instead of the Belcher just because I want to have my taunt as healthy as possible. And I believe we have 10 cards in hand here. So, yeah. Twilight Drake looks like definitely a good play, and that's about it. Second War Axe, and just hit the Belcher to kill it over the course of 2 turns again. Alright, so if we want to tap, we got to get rid of cards in our hand. And maybe we just play Imp Gang Boss and do no tapping. We got a strong board. It's not like we have to do much. We got a strong board. We've got good spells to react whatever big turns he decides to have. I guess what you have to consider here is he still has a War Song and a Frothing left. He hasn't Thaurissan though. But anyway, can he, kill us from 30? Is it unsafe to put 4 minions on the board? And I haven't done the math here, but I don't know if there's a combination of cards. Since he doesn't have Death Spite equipped, I don't think there's a way for him to break through both phases of the Belcher and do 30 damage to my face with only 10 mana. So he kills the Belcher. We got 10 damage on board. He does a War Song, Grim Patron. Okay, so he's going to be able to make a lot of Grim Patrons here. He can do 2 off of the Imp Gang Boss, and then another 2 off of the tokens produced by the Imp Gang Boss. And that's basically a full board of Patrons. But we got Hellfire. We got 2 Hellfires, actually, so we're in fine shape. And actually, if he armors up, he'll go to 13, and we have 7 damage plus a power overwhelming, so that's 11 plus 2 Hellfires. So that's plenty of damage for lethal. We even have a Blood Mage, and we drew a Dark Bomb. So we'll just go in for the kill. A little bit of BM, I guess, but I don't know. I was nervous. I wanted to maximize my damage and not do anything stupid. So there we go. Win against Grim Patron Warrior.